cattail. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. All right, today's video is episode 4 in the new DIY Powerwall 2.0 series of videos that's probably going to go on forever. Anyway, today's video, I think what we're going to try to tackle is, well, first we're going to have to go to the store, but today's video, I think what we're going to try to do is drill a whole bunch of holes in the concrete blocks over there, mount some Unistrut, and then if that doesn't take all day, I think what we'll probably do is at least get the battery boxes up on the rails. That way we can see what the new Powerwall is going to look like. So let's get started. But first, we actually have to go to the store. One of these. Sure worked. Alrighty, so we got a couple things at the store today. So we got a 3/8 concrete or masonry drill bit. We're going to be using that today. And I also picked up a box of these sleeve anchors. I figured these would probably do a pretty good job at holding up everything. Anyway, these are 3/8 by 1 7/8, and they hold, well, it says up to 385 pounds. I figure if we put, I don't know, maybe at least 4 of these in the Unistrut, you know, across the wall, that would be plenty strong enough. And yes, I did bring inside the Unistrut, which I'm not 100% sure why, because I'm gonna have to bring it outside and cut it anyway, so we can fit it right over there. And then of course here, there's just kind of like a quick sketch in Microsoft Paint, because that's pretty much all I know how to use. We're gonna be starting off with the left 2 boxes that are kind of stacked on top of each other, and then on the outside edges of those are the Unistrut. I figure if we put, I don't know, at least 4 to 5 in each piece of Unistrut, that should be strong enough to hold everything up. So what we're gonna do right now is measure from the floor up to the bottom of the stairs for each Unistrut. And then here on the top, I'm gonna try to cut it at an angle so it matches the bottom of the stairs. Oh, hi Horace. Hey buddy. We're gonna need your help. Cattail. All right, let's get started. Oh, and I also forgot to mention I got some of these 1/4 1.5 inch stainless steel carriage bolts. I couldn't find any that was like grade 8 or even grade 5. Stainless steel was the next best thing, so I got a little box of 10. All right, so measuring. I'm just kind of thinking that one box is gonna go about right here. So I'm going to measure, you know, roughly over here in this side, I guess. I should just mark this. I kind of like this spot right there, and maybe one right here. 62 3/4. 62 3/4. And then the other one, oh, I need something to stand on because I'm too short. 78 inches for the short side. And I do need to get the angle. I don't know if I have anything. Oh, Lauren got me this thing that like well, I'll just show you. I don't know what it's called. All right, Lauren got me this thing, I don't know how many years ago. You know, it's for like cutting angles and stuff. And whenever you butt it up to whatever angle, you know, it'll make whatever you got. So I'm gonna try to use this to get the stairs angle down there. So we'll give that a try. I don't know, kind of cool. Thanks, Lauren. All right, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a million better ways to do this, and you guys will let me know in the comment section, but I'm just gonna hold up this level here. You know, somewhat level. And then I'm just gonna kind of push this up. Something like that. All right, so that is our angle of the stairs. Voila! Boom! All right, we need the angle grinder for this again. Probably have to put a new wheel on here and another battery. And back outside. I need to add angle. Alright, so there is my angle of the stairs going up. Alright, and I just put a straight edge on all those so I can cut it. All right, cut number 1 is done. It's supposed to be fall, y'all, and I always go out there on the hottest day. It's like 90-something degrees outside, and I choose to go out there and do this. All right, we got both of these cut, roughly right there. Please don't fall. The other one goes behind this Rhino battery. This one might be just a tad too long. I might have to trim this one just a hair. Alrighty, there we go. We have the Unistrut cut the length. We got the angles on there that are pretty close to the edge of the stairs. They're not mounted or anything like that. They're just kind of leaning there. So I think that's going to work out pretty good. I did have to trim this one maybe 1/8 of an inch, and I'm still not exactly where I want to be. So what I'll probably have to do is just scoot this one over, you know, a hair if I need to. But I think that's going to be the perfect spot. And then later on, if I do add another battery, then I'll just put some more Unistrut, you know, going up over there. But for now, we are going to stick with this guy right here. So in order for me to do all this, I'm going to have to move the Rhino battery over there. I can't quite put it on the wall yet because the wires that are supplied with it, they're not long enough for me to put it on that wall, you know, and come around over to the inverter. So I'll probably just have to shove it over as far as I can. Let me do that real quick. Hopefully I don't drop anything or knock it over and make a big boom, because these are running my house right now. So nobody do this at home. I'm not telling you what to do. Just be careful. All right, that's fairly stable. Let's get to this. All right, so if I measure the back of these holes, we are 28.5. All right, so that's how far the center point has to be. And it actually looks pretty damn level. And this wall is definitely not flat at all, so we are definitely going to be shimming it out like you guys recommended. I'm going to do one right up here. I don't know how many I'm going to put on this wall, maybe 4 to 5 on this one, and then maybe 4 on the smaller one. I hope that will be enough. I think it would be though. That's my spot. All right, so we got 5 in this one and 4 in this one right here. I can show you real quick. There's like a big chunk of, I don't know what it is, maybe paint. It's like a chunk of something there. I'm gonna have to peel that off because I kind of want to put my hole right there. But anyway, hole right there. I'm going every 2 bricks down. I even put a mark right down there on the floor, which should be 28.5 inches away from that one right down there. Alrighty, I think we pretty much got all the stuff knocked off the wall. The only thing that I can see that may or may not be a problem is, obviously, since the wall is not flat in any direction, it's kind of hard to see, but I think I am going to let it lean just a little bit. If I do that, I get most anchor points across the wall. All right, And then down here towards the bottom, I'll probably have to use some shims like everybody was recommending. And I might have to get some longer sleeve bolts or whatever they're called, anchor bolts to go in the wall. But that's okay. I only need maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3. Same for this one over here. I'm like away from the wall. But if I do that, all the rest are up against the wall. So I think that's probably what I'm gonna do here. So let's get to drilling. We're gonna put the old Bauer Harbor Freight drill to the test. And this does have a hammer drill option, so I guess we will find out. Use the bigger battery. I'm thinking it's probably a good idea to start with a smaller drill bit, and then we'll move up to the 3/8 drill bit. Whoop. All right, I got part of a pilot hole. Here we go. I almost forgot to mark this right here for my depth, and they say you want to go 1/4 inch past on your anchor bolt here, so I'm just going to put a piece of tape on here and go all the way up to the tape. It doesn't have to be perfect, just a location, if you will. Alright, so we're going to go with that right there. That's about 1/4 inch, or close to it. Alright, here goes. That actually worked out really good with a nice drill bit. Alrighty, it's actually the next day. I had to do some things, and then I did run to Ace Hardware, and I got some longer sleeve bolts just for those bottom 2. And even though the sleeve is kind of long, I think what I'm going to do is put a smaller sleeve on there. That way I've got, you know, this much thread sticking out, and I can put some spacers or washers or something back there so it's nice and strong. I think that will probably work okay, I hope. We're going to give it a try. I guess we'll see what happens. So that is what we are up to next. We are going to hammer these guys into the hole. All right, now I've never used these before in my entire life. We'll just see what happens. Here we go. Number 1, hopefully I don't mess it up. Here goes. That actually worked out pretty good. Next step is to tighten them down to compress the sleeve in there. And that brings out a few extra threads. I don't think you really have to like kill it. And that should be pretty much it. Yeah, that was it. That was pretty easy. Boom! All right, that actually worked out really well. So we'll go ahead and do the other ones. Alright, so for the bottom one, I put 2 nuts on here on this side so I don't booger up the threads, you know, on the bolt. Boom! That looks pretty damn good. Awesome. Alright, we'll do the other side. Okay. Alright, so this is what I'm going to be using for the shims on the bottom side. I got a couple of these square Unistrut. You know, I use these on the solar panels up on the roof. And then I have some just regular washers wherever I need to use them. And throw 2 of these Super Strut or Unistrut square washers on this one, because I'm pretty sure it's that big. There we go. That looks pretty good. Nice and solid. All right, so I was kind of looking at this right here, and I don't know, I'm kind of thinking I might add another 1 or 2 sleeve bolts, you know, in here, because I'm not worried about the weight coming down. I'm worried about the weight, you know, coming towards you or off the wall. So I might add, you know, another 1 or 2 over there and another 1 or 2 over there, which I think I'm going to do. I'll just do that off camera real quick so I don't waste any of your time. So that one looks pretty level. We're here to this one. And that one's looking pretty level as well. All right, so if you want to see the bolts, there we go. That's pretty much what they all look like. And the bottom one down here is quite long, but maybe that'll be okay. I just hope it doesn't interfere with the bottom box. That's gonna go right down there. But I guess we'll find out here in a minute. Next thing we need to do is come over here and grab some of these spring nuts. Ooh, do I have any out here? I like those right there. So let me grab that. All right, so we're gonna throw in some of these little spring nuts. These are left over from the solar installation. I'm gonna put them on the bottom first. I'm not 100% sure where the box is gonna go yet. I'm just gonna throw some of these in here. Reason we'll do the bottom box first is whenever I lift the upper box up, I'll have a box to set it on at least. Got the first 4 nuts in the channel there, and hopefully I can line up this box to fit with that. I actually want to put this box on the bottom, and I got to move all these cells out of here. And these ones came with these little short stubby screws with the rubber on the inside. That's just to keep it, you know, watertight. I guess we'll start with these, and if we need to put a bigger flat washer on there, you know, to help distribute the back wall load, then we'll do that later on. All right, well, I don't think I'm gonna get any closer than that with what I have here. Boom! There we go. One box is mounted on the Unistrut. And of course, we got our nice and level, if you can see that. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and throw the other box up on there just so we can get an idea of what everything's gonna look like. So this could be another tricky task, but we'll give it a try anyway. I mean, hell, I'll just carry it over there. It's fine. I'll just carry it. It's good. Alrighty, there you go, everybody. 2 boxes on the wall. As long as they shut okay. Yeah, I think so. Looking real good. Real good. I can close them up and we can see what it'll look like. Damn, that's gonna look freaking outstanding, isn't it? Hell yes. Alrighty, everybody. We finally have them on the wall. Look at this. Whew, I need to oil that. But here we go. We finally have the 2 boxes up on the wall. How awesome is this? And of course, we are nice and level. If I move that out of the way, you can see how close we are to the wood stairs up there for my little angled cuts. Those look pretty good. There you go. All the rest are pretty much the same, except for the lower ones are a little bit longer. And then also what I added here was just a square washer on the bottom side, just to, I guess, let the whole box sit on it. And then I got some on the bottom one as well. A little trickier to see down here, but that's okay. And then down here for the bottom side, since that gap was so big, I ended up putting 2 of those square super strut washers and then 2 of the regular flat washers, the round ones in there. And I did that for both of them. Ow, the door's open. And then for this side, I just added 1 of the round washers. So we should be pretty good. And what I also changed real quick was the carriage bolts. These are the stainless steel ones that I picked up. So that's gonna work out really, really well. All right, so there you go, there's the inside. And if you wanna see the bolts up there, they're a little tricky to see, but there you go. Those do have the rubber washer on there, I guess, to keep all the water out. I don't technically need that in this box, but we'll go with it. And also later on, if we think we need to change those washers, you know, something for a little bit bigger, then we can do that later. One other thing I might have to do is cut out these studs, because I don't really need them in there. I think those are to put some sort of plate, you know, to mount stuff on back there, but obviously we don't need that. So I might cut those out, but we'll see here in the future. Alrighty, so there you go. We are looking fan-freaking-tastic. Alright, we're gonna do some quick math here real quick for weight and all that kind of stuff. So each battery box weighs 56 pounds. All right, and then we're gonna load in 16 of the 280 amp hour cells, and I think those are 11.5 pounds each. So let me add all that up real quick, because some people think that it's gonna be too much weight for these battery boxes. So if I do 16 times, I'm gonna do 11.6, that is 185.6 pounds, plus 56 pounds for the box. That's 241 pounds. That each box is going to carry. All right, so actually, you know what? I weigh like 145-ish around there, and I'm just gonna stand on this bottom. I'm gonna stand on that bottom one right down there. All right, there's a little flex in there if I do that. That ain't much at all. So if I do 8 times 11.6, that's 92.8 pounds. All right, so that's basically going to be 93, 94 pounds on the bottom shelf, middle shelf, bottom shelf, and middle shelf. I think we're going to be good. Alrighty, well there you go. I think that's going to be the end of this video. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely put those down in the comment section. Don't forget to like that smash button, and I'll see you on hey. You gonna help? You gonna help me? That's my microphone, don't you bite it. Hello. You wanna get started now? Or what? Let's do it. Let's do it.